Hello and welcome. I'm Dr. Frank Granito, Chief Scientist with the Institute for Digital Transformation. And I have the distinct honor today of speaking with Institute Fellow Ray Sheen, who is one of the contributing authors to our new book, Digital Transformation Demystified. So Ray, welcome. Thanks for meeting with us today.
Thanks, Frank. Glad to be here.
Excellent, excellent. So let's get right down to it. You wrote the chapter on the Digital Transformation Manifesto. So tell me, what is a manifesto? Why do we need it? And what's the value? So tell me all about that.
Sure. A manifesto is really just a statement of principles or a statement of objectives to clarify for people where you're going. Think of it as a vision. And it's a clear vision statement of this is where we believe we need to go. This is where we believe we need to end up. And you know, sometimes people, when they think of manifestos, they've got this picture of wild-eyed fanatics who are running around. And we're not wild-eyed, although we may be a little fanatical at times.
We may be a little fanatical, but that's okay.
That's right. And what we're fanatical
about digital transformation.
Exactly,
right.
About digital transformation. So that was our reason for saying we need to clarify that. Digital transformation has so many different flavors. Almost everybody says that they're doing digital transformation, and yet everyone's doing something different. So we wanted to come back and say, well, what are we really talking about here? And you know, there's two words there: digital and transformation. And that's where we believe is really the crux of trying to get our manifesto across. Is it's not about the digital; it's about the transformation. Digital is the enabler of the transformation. But it's really, this is transformation. Digital is the adjective, but transformation is what we're really about. And if you look at the 8 tenets, you'll see that.
Do you want to make a distinction between the part of the manifesto that's digital, or the part of the manifesto that's transformation?
No, we didn't really. As you look at each of there's 8 tenets in the manifesto. Each one of them is a transformational tenet. It's a transformational tenet that has a digital element to it. Now, some cases it's more digital than others, but in all cases, digital is driving, or transformation is what we're achieving. Digital is driving. Even the tenet that's associated with empowering leadership. You might say, wait, everyone's been talking about empowering leadership for 30 years. How's that a digital transformation tenet? Well, where the tenet of that is, and what's important about that is now in this digital world, we've been able to remove lots of layers of management structure. We're seeing that organizations are removing layers, and the decision making and the actions are happening at the edges of the organization. Well, if you're working at the edges, you'd have to have leaders there. And that truly is now empowering leaders. We don't have time to be able to say, I've got a question, boss, let me give it to you. And I got to take it to my boss and his boss and her boss and up and down. We have to make decisions now because things are happening right now. And that's where the digital is enabling the transformation.
Right, very good. So can a company or organization succeed at digital transformation without following the tenets of the manifesto? I mean, do you have to? So tell me about that. Tell our listeners about that.
Well, if the question is, can a company succeed doing digital? Yes, they can bring in a new system. I can move stuff to the cloud. I can upgrade my stuff. But often that just means we're still doing the same thing. We're just doing it digitally. A metaphor I like to use is, if I'm running a railroad, I can digitize my railroad. I can put digital systems on the locomotives to make it more efficient, to make it faster, and I can track all the cars, but I'm still stuck to those rails. I still only go where the rails go. I'm still running a railroad. But the digital transformation is now, we're going to take it off the rails. We're going to take it lots of different places. And that's where we do believe you have to use these tenets to get yourself out of the track that you're on and really be able to be something different, transforming your organization to where your market may end up, not where it is right now, because your market's moving.
So might I translate that for me as you're not bounded by the rails?
Right. Right, and that's good. We don't want to say you got off the rails. That has kind of a negative connotation.
We're not bounded by the
We're
rails.
not bounded by the rails. We now can go anywhere, and we're going to go where the market is, go where the customers are, go where the need is, and be able to address that wherever that is with what we do best. And that's where the tenets help us to say, if you're really going to transform, you're going to have to embrace these tenets. You can be digital without them, but you can't be digitally transformed without them.
Otherwise, it would appear that you're just undergoing an IT transformation as opposed to a digital transformation.
Right, and we've done IT transformations. I've had a lot of experience working in the manufacturing sector, and I've put in automation lines on shop floors, but we were still making the same widget. We're making a little bit faster, maybe a little bit better quality, a little lower cost, but we're still making the same widgets.
Still making the same thing, right?
And so this is something we're really transforming into something different.
Excellent, excellent. Really, really interesting stuff. And I'm sure I know I am, and you are, and I hope all our potential readers are really, really looking forward to this new book coming out later this year. So Ray, really, thanks a lot for meeting with me and talking to me and my listeners today about this book. I appreciate it very, very much.
Well, thank you, Frank. I appreciate you having me. And like you said, I'm looking forward to seeing the launch of the book and hoping that we'll see some real impact for the people who are able to use it and really have a much better understanding, get a demystified view of what digital transformation is.
Excellent, excellent. Well, thank you again. Thank you very much. And thank you to all our viewers and listeners for tuning in. And we'll talk again real soon. Take care.
Bye now.